Well, still focusing on Lagos State, and rightly so. The state is about to turn 50. Now, joining us is a social commentator, Smart Apejoye. Good morning. Thanks for joining us
Smart, good
on
morning.
TVC Breakfast.
Thank you,
I
and
wonder
good
what
morning.
your thoughts are when you think about Lagos. What strikes you the most?
First, I was born in Lagos, and throughout my life, I've lived in Lagos, except for a few occasions where I had to go out of Lagos for the purpose of education. Apart from this, and beside that, from the mother side, I'm a Lagosian, so I'm from Badagry. So I'm an Awori man on the other side. So I'm a Lagosian
Badagry.
from Badagry.
Okay.
So Lagos at 50, focusing on traffic.
Yes.
Honestly, it's a work in progress. And if I make bold to say this, that in the past 19 years or in the past 16 years, Lagos have made considerable progress in terms of decongesting traffic. I'll take from Lawansin to Ojuelegba.
In Surulere.
In Surulere, that road used to be very narrow. And the rush hour, you could spend 2 hours. Those were the first road that Asiwaju, the governor of Lagos State then, dualized. And you could just see within Lawansin now and Teju dualized and very fantastic. It reduces a lot of traffic, and it's also an exit again if you are linking the express going to the airport or going to Oshodi or going to Ikeja. Having said that again, we saw what Fashola did between Western Avenue and National Stadium. It dualized the place. There's always this gridlock whenever it rained at this where we call Alaka.
Yes.
They did an underground water bypass, and even till today, it has solved that problem, and that traffic is no more. Of course, going from Surulere to Adeniro Ogunsanya, linking Shita, Adeniro Ogunsanya, I think we have the road linking Adelabu linking Alhaji Masha. You see, all these roads were dualized, and we are beginning to see, at least, we are either going to Sensors, going to Eric Moore, linking Orile Gomu from Eric Moore. You see, all this problem became solved. And that is why I've said Lagos is a work in progress. Now, looking at Ikorodu, from mile 12, if you are going to Ikorodu, you probably want to wait till about 10:30, 11 before going, because that is the only time you can have a very smooth drive. Of course, the Fashola came in, even though Marwa dualized the road, but he felt that at least it should be done more, it should be widened more. And now from mile 12 to Ikorodu is fantastic.
Yeah, but you still have that bottleneck between K2 and mile 12.
Yes.
Which we hear.
You see, no, we'll come to that now. We are not beginning to look at, okay, you know, don't forget I've said Lagos is a work in progress.
Yes, absolutely.
We have Owode Oniri. You see, there is nowhere you have such a large market that you won't have traffic. We have mile 12 markets, the food market and the spare part market. These are two important things.
Now, speaking of that mile 12 market, is it an anomaly for that market to really be there? Is that
you see,
the
in the
root
first
of
place,
the problem
the
there?
market there...
Because every now and again we hear from the state government that something is going to be done to relocate that particular market to elsewhere.
Well, I think in the first place, initially there was no political will. There was no political will. In the first place, there was no political will to relocate the market. But I think Ambody has made it clear that he wants to relocate the market. And at least I passed through, I was going to Ogun State. I passed through that road some 2 weeks ago. The market where they are planning to relocate them to is being worked on. And you can see heavy duty equipment going into that place, working on that road. So I think what the government should do is to intensify their efforts. They should muster the enough political will to relocate that market.
But Lagos State Governor Akil Miambode says that an estimated 42 billion naira is the amount that the state loses to traffic annually.
A study carried out by a non-governmental organization, Safety Beyond Borders, shows that motorists in Lagos spend an average of 2 billion naira monthly on fuel due to traffic congestion. So much to take in there. Our guest is, of course, Smart Apejoye. Well, I wonder what you think about, what is lost in terms of man hours on Lagos roads. Yes, there's a lot of improvement, but of course, like they say, there's always room for more. Would you have liked to see a Lagos at 50 that can already boast of one of the best rail systems, whether you're talking about light rail, to actually solve this traffic problem?
As I was coming, I was listening to your radio station, and somebody was suggesting that we should come back to military era. I was, I tried to make a call in and said, look, we must pray that even at where we are, we must never pray for a military intervention in our democracy, in our governance. You see, Alhaji Jakonde was going to do light rail, and he assigned a contract, and he has even started. Of course,
Jakonde was former civilian governor of Lagos State.
And he have started clearing the sites.
Yes.
They made Yaba very close to the Presbyterian Church, their work center. That place has been cleared, and everything was in place. They've cleared the CMS side. All of a sudden, Buhari government came in. They stopped that, and up till today. Now they went to a court. They went to court, and the contractors went to court, and they claimed damages from the Nigerian government. The damages they claimed was even far beyond what they were supposed to have spent even in executing the contract. Now, since then, nobody talks about it. If Jakonde had gone ahead and implemented that program, by now, we will be talking about improving on what Jakonde has done. But today, we don't have it. Sometime when we travel, say from, I'll quickly pick an example from in the UK, say from Hackney, to Lewisham, you would take a ferry. The ferry can take almost about 1,000 buses and lorries at a time, and it will take you to the other side. And this is the area that if you want to go through this, it takes you almost about an hour. So you just find that you are on the other side of the road. We have not been using our inland waterways effectively well. Well, thank God we have private investors doing that in the Ikorodu, on the Ikorodu axis, on the Maitu axis.
Yeah.
Now, but there is room for improvement. What we should be looking at is that let us try decongest our road from Ikorodu, that is on the Ijede side, going to Badore, going to Lekki, Aja. It's just 6 minutes by speedboat. Why can't we look at this and work more on this? Let us have a ferry that will take 100, 200 passengers at it go and takes them there. We have a BRT that will commute them from that place to wherever they are going. It makes it easier.
Indeed.
So, not only concentrating on our roads, let us concentrate on our inland. Let us make use of the waterways.
At least while we're waiting for the 4th mainland bridge to be ready, and the contract's been signed already.
So
and
I think the groundbreaking
MOU
will be sometime in July.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
then let us use more of our inland. Also,
okay, we'll come back to this. Let's bring in Foladele to give us a perspective of on social media, how people are reacting to this. Fola, good morning.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Okay, so of course, as you know, Nigerians, you know how they feel about traffic.
Oh, yeah.
So let's see, they're reminding us. Hey, Snapchat, Tiger7 says, it's only in Lagos where witches and wizards control traffic. How can I be in traffic for 2 hours only to get to the front and see nothing? Lily says, one would think by now I should be used to Lagos traffic, but no way, steady pissing me off. Olisane Doom says, while the stress of traffic will reduce your lifespan in Lagos, thinking about rent will do that to you in Abuja. Azza says, I hate Lagos traffic. Don't we all? Adida Polatunde says, one serious issue with Lagos, with just a thunderstorm, the freest of its road, can keep you in traffic congestion for hours. Colonel says, we can reduce the traffic congestion in Lagos by carpooling. Start with your colleagues, friends, and neighbors today. And Ye says, in this Lagos, even if, this is Lagos, so even if vehicles fly in the air, there would still be traffic congestion up. It can never be defeated. Okay, well, I have to go, but I think that's worth discussing.
Exactly.
You know, can it ever be defeated?
Thank you, but we need to underscore the fact that it's really improving. I mean, you can't take that away. But there's room for improvement.
There's always room for
Smart
improvement.
Apejoye, thank you so much. That's all really we can take this morning on the show, talking about controlling traffic congestion in Lagos.